Hello, Kevin here. It is May 20th, 2012. It's been about a month since I've done one of these entries, and it's been a tough month. This ALS illness is unrelenting. It just seems to continue moving, limiting access and use of my body one itty-bitty piece at a time. And it's moving quick enough that by the time I'm able to make an adjustment in my lifestyle to counter what use I've lost, another use has been lost, which required more modification. You know, as an example, I stopped wearing all pants with zippers in them because I could no longer get the zipper up and down. I also can't get the buckle or get the button together either. But I got tired of wearing, sports shorts all the time. So I came up with a brilliant idea of using a paper clip, putting it in the end of the zipper, and now I have, in here, probably can't see it, but I have a black paper clip here attached to my zipper end, and you can't really see it because it's black, it's against the pants here, but I'm able to quickly grab that item with either hand and kind of grab onto it and yank the zipper up and down. So that's great, and soon here in the very near future it could be that I can no longer grasp items with my hand, in which case I'll have to go to some kind of put on a key ring where I can hook something with my finger and pull it up and down. I mean, that's what this illness is doing. I have gone from walking gingerly and carefully to walking with a cane, to walking with a quad cane, to walking with a walker. Now I've got 10 or 12 grab rails, the handicap grab rails that you see in bathrooms. I got them scattered around my house so that if I'm, in the house it's tough to use a walker in tight spaces and stuff, so I use my quad cane and I can grab onto these things as I go, all in an attempt to not fall down. And then finally, of course, I have my wheelchair, which I use when I'm outside and have somebody else with me that can push me around. Well, here's another example. I just recently upgraded my phone to an iPhone 4S, which has the Siri, S-I-R-I, sort of helper, assistant, where I can speak commands into the phone. I can speak my text messages and have the phone convert my speech into a text message and send it. And so I've done that because it's getting very difficult to do text messages with my fingers. My ability to hit the individual keys is getting compromised very quickly. With my computer, I think I've mentioned this and other things, I've now got a mouse on both sides because the right hand is almost completely... It's another symptom that's been happening lately, the random shaking of various muscles, out of control shaking. So hey, add it to the list of cramping and stiffening and flickering muscles. Now I have shaking muscles. Quite the experience here. So then I also am having difficulty answering my phone. I certainly can't get it out of my darn pocket anymore, and I can't even get really my keys out of my pocket anymore. So I got a couple of different sizes of these fanny packs, which are stupid to wear, but I find that I can put the wallet, the keys, and the phone in the fanny pack, and I can get them out because they're sitting right on my stomach here. So I had to make that modification. What else? Oh, well, I have trouble answering my phone even though I have that thing, so I just got one of these ear things that I can just touch it with my finger to answer a phone call. Or actually, I haven't set it up yet. I think I can actually say answer call, and it will answer the call for me. So I would say I miss about 75% of my calls now because I literally cannot get the phone out quick enough and move the little slider bar over to answer the darn phone. This past month has been very difficult for a lot of reasons. I've had a tremendous amount of fatigue, doing a lot of coffee and workouts, pre-workout powders that weightlifters use. I'm also trying now Monster energy drinks and the 5-hour energy drink, and it's amazing how much of this stuff I'm consuming to try to stay somewhat alert to be able to do things during the day. I thought that had a lot to do with my medication, so I kind of cut back on my meds for a while in order to see if that would help my fatigue, and unfortunately it did not help my fatigue, but what it did do was it made my muscles cramp and quiver and freeze up so badly that I had to go back on all the meds. My doctor has explained to me that when a muscle no longer gets nerve information from the brain, it does the exact opposite of what I think it would do. I would think if a muscle is getting no information, it would relax. No, it doesn't relax. It actually contracts, which is why I'm now taking muscle relaxers and anti-seizure medication to stop my joints from locking up. I mean, there are times when I feel like I can't even move my knees or I can't move my hips because the muscles are so tight on both sides that it literally won't move. So anyway, having more and more difficulty walking. I don't go anywhere outside now without my walker with a flip-down chair so that I can sit down and rest when necessary, and because I'll fall over if I don't have the walker. My right arm and hand now are mostly useless. I would say they're 90% useless. As a matter of fact, I was having a lot of pain in my right shoulder, and I had a cortisone steroid shot last week in an attempt to make that better, and it did help a little bit, but the bottom line is really, I mean, if I see myself in the mirror from behind now, there's like no muscle tissue left up there on the shoulder. It is like concentration camp style at this point. My right forearm basically doesn't work at all, and my right hand, the only thing I can really do is grasp things, but I have to actually hold my hand out and put it around something so that I can grasp it because I can't open my fingers anymore. What else is going on? A lot of depression, a lot of hopelessness, because the medical communities, both Eastern and Western, seem to only be able to help me with some of my symptoms. There are no treatments, there is no cure for this illness, nobody knows anything about it, what's going on. All the research seems to be untargeted in that, let's say there's 50 research projects going on around the world. It's not like they're all about to solve the problem and they're all working in the same area. They are trying everything they can think of, which means maybe we'll get lucky. I guess that's what it means. Now, I did come across a researcher, someone who had MS. A friend of mine sent me an email, and I got the link to her her YouTube video, and I watched it, and she had all kinds of evidence that she had MS, including, you know, shots of her looking like a stick figure sitting in her mechanized wheelchair, etc. And she cured herself, according to her. And here it is evidence of her on the video walking around and giving a demonstration. She cured herself through a dramatic diet change. And the diet change basically is stay away from processed anything, stay away from meats that have been, you know, given steroids and things like that. And the majority, say 80+% of the diet is vegetable and fruit based. No grains, certainly no gluten, and the meats would have to be grass-fed, free-range chickens or fish. And so that throws my diet on its ear, because I would say currently 75+% of my diet is whole grains, fruit, cereals and breads, and the rest of it is meats, that corn-fed, you know, beef and fish and chicken. I mean, I have a very, what I would consider a very healthy diet, high in gluten as well. And so anyway, she's basically given me hope that a diet change might have a positive effect on my ALS, because it's a cousin of MS with similar issues